the mountains are where I feel at home. You've really got to be sure of your own abilities and all the planning that you've done. Have you got the skill set to be able to pull it off? That's what I want to be sure of every single time. I would never be standing on the edge of a cliff at that exact point if it wasn't for base jumping.
3, 2, 1.
I wouldn't be seeing those views from that particular perspective. So it's a really special moment for me. I think I'm going to be base jumping for the rest of my life. My name's Tim Howell, and I'm an all-round mountain adventurer. I'm a climber, an alpinist, and a wingsuit base jumper. My niche, it's being able to access those jumps that have never been jumped before in remote parts of the world. Over the last 10 years, I've done over 1,000 different base jumps in 45 different countries, including jumping the 6 north faces of the Alps, jumping from 6,000 meters on Aconcagua, which is the highest mountain outside of the Himalaya. First person to wingsuit base jump in the UK, in Kenya, and in Vietnam. Yeah, it's a box full of little mementos I've collected over the years. There's really not many people doing expedition base jumping. And I think that's because you can go for 8 days climbing for a minute-long flight. This is a little bit of metal that you can hammer into a crack and give you a little bit of safety as you're climbing up a rock face. And this was from the longest rock route in Africa, and it was probably placed by the first ascensionist. For some people, it's just not worth it. It's not where their motivation lies. But for me, it's the whole process, which is incredible. My mum put in a few Smurfs from my childhood, and I thought that one was quite symbolic, trying to fly a rudimentary wingsuit there. My dad was a paratrooper. I definitely had a military-style upbringing. My father always pushed me to find my limits and improve my mental fortitude, I think. I'm a huge fan of guidebooks and logbooks. Oh, there's actually, I'm in this one. There we go. It was probably inevitable that I was going to end up doing this sort of thing. So I finished school when I was 18. I decided to join the Royal Marines. I ended up in a mountain leader role. You know, I love the mountains and all the disciplines that come with it, from skiing to climbing, ice climbing, alpinism. And that sort of training really helped me in what I do. The first time I saw a wingsuiter, I was sleeping 500 meters up on a ledge, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, you hear this incredible noise. It literally sounds like a jet engine. Wingsuiters flying past us at 120 miles an hour and waking us up. So that really became the next goal, to become a wingsuit base jumper. Yes, come on. One more. Allez, allez.
So I started skydiving when I was in my early 20s back in Poland. Obviously, this number was very quickly multiplied when I moved to Spain, where the weather is wonderful, we can jump all day.
She was actually working at the drop zone in Madrid as a skydive instructor, as a wingsuit coach. And at the drop zone, I met my wife-to-be, I met Eva.
I was alerted one week that there was an English guy that clearly needs some wingsuit coaching because he nearly hit the tail of the plane. So I should really go and have a chat with him. Not to say I thought he's an idiot.
She was the first one to come up to me and scold me. That's the first introduction, a Polish lady shouting at me. So a month or two after that, we both met for a weekend in Italy.
We decided to start meeting all over the world.
So this is a self-portrait of Eva and I. We're the first people to summit that.
We started base jumping together.
Although Eva was a lot more experienced wingsuit flying, we both started this journey of learning how to fly wingsuits in a base jumping environment together.
Yes, Eva!
Somehow those trips never stopped, and here we are now married.
When Eva got offered a job in Geneva, it was the perfect situation. Lauterbrunnen really is a mecca for base jumpers. It's this incredible valley, sheer vertical walls, 600 meters high. And there's a lot of accessible cliffs to jump from, 5-minute walks from gondolas. We can easily get 5 jumps in a day, so it's really good for training. One of the most important bits of equipment I use is a GPS module that goes on the back of my helmet. It records my training flights. I can really get an idea of my worst glide ratio, highest speed, worst speed, best glide ratio. Good morning. One wingsuiter from Via Ferrata, if that's okay, please.
Yeah, that's okay from our side. Can go.
3, 2, 1, see ya. We're really looking for the perfect angle in which we leave the cliff. The suit pressurizes and we're gaining forward momentum. I'm looking at about 200 meters down, 200 meters forward. If I can do that consistently, I know that whatever exit I'm on, I can calculate and I can see how much room for error I have. So this is Baseline, which is an awesome website. It's where I store all the flight data that I've recorded over those 1,000+ jumps. So these are 3 different flights that I've done, and you can see they're all very, very, very similar. And then I can compare it to profiles of terrain. The red line here is the ground, and the blue lines are my recorded flight data. So there I am 70 meters above the deck, the hard ground, the terrain. So I've got 70 meters margin for error there, which for me, I'm quite comfortable with. There might be a bit of chalk in this, son.
It's okay.
When I come up with these projects that have never been jumped before, all the calculations, all that data comes down to 1,000 jumps of training.
It's hot, isn't it?
I'm always looking for the next project, and I had my eye on one for a while now.
Oh my God!
Don't laugh at it, it's amazing.
Thank you, that's fantastic.
You're going to show me the jump.
So I've never heard of anyone jumping this, and this is the only
Footage.
record of it being jumped. Looks big enough, no ledges to clear.
Yeah, beautiful. How many years ago was that?
2013. So Gross Spanhort was opened by a guy called Patrick Kerber, who was a really experienced base jumper and actually died on a well-established exit point shortly after. And with that, the knowledge was obviously lost with him.
So what's the plan?
Definitely going to give it a go.
Gross Spanhort is quite an intimidating rock spire. In order to be able to pull off these kind of projects, you need to have a lot of skills in quite a few different areas.
So I reckon the exit's around there, with the initial rock drop, and we've got our flight mapped out.
He should jump, and he will be jumping, and he will do it safely. This is not something that is totally unachievable.
I'm sure it'll be fine when we're on the exit.